Good morning. All right. It is Monday. I am Monday. Oh, here comes my co-host.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're live, girl. We're live.
Hi, everyone.
Look at smart girl glasses.
These are my blue light glasses because I get such bad headaches.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if
These are blue light.
Are they? I like
How
your.
How fun is salt and pepper?
Oh, this is a good song. I knew you would pick a better song than Nick.
All right, we'll get started. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday.
Yay!
And I am here with our co-host, Lauren Lucido, four-time co-host or guest with us. So I'm pretty sure you're like our record-setting co-host and guest now. You set a new record.
Oh, I love that.
Just
setting record.
Not shocking from a Lucido. We expect that from you. You know, I love to give tough love. So can you do more? Thank you.
I will try. We will try.
All right. What have you been up to?
I don't actually my basement last year I had water damage and we didn't know where it was coming from, so I had to dig up and put in a French drain, and that process has been like a year. So I finally just got my couch delivered over the weekend, so my basement is like almost back to normal, which is nice.
This the basement with the pink door house?
Yeah, so that it actually doesn't lead to the basement because it doesn't push all the way through, but yes, the little mini door.
Super cute. My house, I went through a flood last December in my house, so I understand how long it can take, and I am just now done, so I'm very excited to be over. So I get it.
It's expensive, and it's not even like it looks any different. But you got to do it.
That's what I say. I'm like, get out of my house. Get out of my house. I don't need another contractor in here. I don't want to see your face ever again. Like, I love you and thank you for all you did, but get out.
I agree. How was your weekend?
I didn't do much. Oh, I did. No. Oh, Lauren, where's your mom, Tracy? I played my first match all year yesterday.
Really? Wait, indoors or outdoors?
Indoors. I take because I don't know what happened with my leagues, but my leagues are hard because I travel to Oklahoma every other weekend anyway, or close. We try to. So it's hard for me to join. So I'm on another team that I haven't even submitted my schedule, but literally my first match all year. Now it's October. I played 4-0 singles yesterday. I did not win by not even a shadow of a doubt, but it was really fun. And the girl beat me so fast. And then she said, well, do you want to stay and hit some more? And I go, yeah, actually I do. Cause I felt like I was like just getting into it. And then we stayed and hit and played about 5 more games. But then I said, I got to walk tomorrow. I got to be able to walk. Like, this is my first match.
Tennis is like, you forget how I've been hitting with the ball machine, not as much as I would like to, but I woke up the next morning and it was not even 15 minutes worth of hitting, and I couldn't like move side to side. Like, yeah. That's awful.
I feel it, my upper abs and but I actually really am working towards playing singles more because I've never really been a singles player, but I think mentally I just like doing it on my own.
That's like what I love. I love team sports and I love the team element of it, like in college, but I love tennis because if I win and I'm playing well and I win, then I know it's on me. I can't, I own it. If I win, I own it. If I lose, I own it. So. Yeah,
it was really, on the way up there was an hour drive up there and on a Sunday morning, but I did have an interview for a leadership candidate actually on the way up there. So that was a winning moment, a phone interview. And I was listening to The Inner Game of Tennis on Blinkist. And it was like, have you ever read that book?
I don't think I've read, that's not the one by Brad Gilbert, is it?
No. And The Inner Game of Tennis is literally like, my husband told me to listen to it, not for tennis, but for mental strength and toughness and focus. Like, it really applies. All these things apply to everything else. So it's a pretty cool It's a really cool book. And so I get Blinkist. If you all haven't had Blinkist, it's a great app that gives you summaries of every book so you sound smart.
Really?
Blinkist. Oh my gosh.
So is it like an audio? Is it kind of like Audible, but it gives you the summaries?
Well, it can do anything. So if I like yesterday, then I listened to a marketing one, but there's like little, and you can listen to audio or read them, and it's like Cliff Notes for books, so you look really smart.
Wait, what's it called? I'm writing this down.
Blinkist.
Blinkist.
Yeah, and so there's audiobooks, there's episodes, like mini podcasts. So for someone maybe like me with ADHD, it's pretty good. Like, but you can get it I can give you a free month. I'll give you a free month. I'll just text it to you. Yeah, but every book that you could want, like name a book that you love.
I don't know, The One Thing.
Okay, I wonder. That's a good one. Ooh, I wonder. One Thing. Yeah, it's there. 18 minutes.
Really? Oh my gosh. I have like 3 books on my list that I need to read.
18 minutes, there's 10 blinks. 10. So, and then they tell you like the little chapters and you can jump around. So I'll post a link on here because maybe I get free months if I post it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did I just teach Lauren something?
Yeah, you teach me so much. Like I know last time when Kimberly was guest hosting for you, she was saying that like she has like girl crush on you. And I was like, I have girl crush on Caryn. We all want to be Caryn.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't. I want to be Lauren. I want to be your age. Did you walk 5 miles again today or something?
No, I walked 3 this morning. It's so dark early. It's kind of scary because I don't walk with my dog. It's like nighttime when I left, and I wanted to make sure that I showered and looked presentable. So I only walked 2.5.
Well, I didn't do anything. So, there you go. I was like, Lauren did more than me today because I didn't want to get out of bed. I told our guests I didn't want to get out of bed today. And we have not even had the time change.
Does that happen soon?
Next week.
Next weekend? Yeah.
Fall back into darkness.
So that means it's going to get even darker?
That means it's going to get dark really early. So in Chicago, it gets dark at like 4:15.
Oh.
So I come to work when it's dark.
It's like 5 right now. Yeah.
Ugh. It sucks. Oh, wow. Okay, you know who doesn't suck?
Our guest.
I'm super excited because I just talked to her general manager last week, her regional director, Jake Lors, about her because I am hearing nothing but amazing things about this team leader. So I'm super excited to bring her on, but I do feel like we need to play a little bit more music. That Warner Music is probably going to shut us down because that's what they like to do. I mean, seriously, we can't play a song. Like who in Warner Music or Sony Music is watching our videos that they shut it down?
Who shuts it down? What?
The rights people. Like Warner will get a notice, like you're violating, have a right to use this. Oh yeah, all the time. It's like, who's watching? No one. What are they?
There's bigger problems in the world. Like,
I mean, that's what it. There are much bigger problems. All right, let's bring her on though.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, look at your mug.
Oh, I love that mug. I have that mug.
See, my mug is snarky.
It's a good mug.
I should have brought this on for Jessica Starr. We did a whole dances in front of. I'll tell you the story in a second.
Okay.
Okay. So some people have messaged me and said, "Where's Nick? Nick is a single dad this weekend." And having 2 boys and getting them up and ready for school. He needed to sacrifice his face on camera so his boys could get full attention and he wasn't distracting. Because I was like, listen, if you're going to have to get up and take care of your boys and whatever, why don't you just take the day off? He goes, I already handled it. So his wife, Ann, was at her grandmother's service in New York. So that's why. So he held the house down and actually he did a good job. He's pretty alive. All right. So Jen, who are you?
I'm Jen. What do you want to know? I'm the team leader in Minneapolis. I am a mother of 3 daughters, 14, 12, and 9.
Those are fun ages.
I was a stepmom to like 12, 9, and then like 5 when I became a bonus mom. So I know those ages pretty well.
Yeah, they're fun. I was just actually telling Jake the other day, I said, I had this realization the other morning that it's been a while since we've had, knock on wood, one of those mornings where somebody's freaking out. I feel like we've hit this sweet spot, and I'm not really sure what's caused it or if it's just their ages, but they're fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with them. I hate to say that I haven't always said that, but
that's awesome. I feel like that's early to like be at that point.
Yeah.
They're kind of young for you to be. So like props to you.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how you're doing it. So clearly I screwed something up. How long have you been a team leader?
3 years. It'll be 3, I think November 1st officially. So it feels like the blink of an eye, sort of, but oh my gosh, this is there's a lot to learn. So 3 years, I feel like I'm just barely getting my feet under me.
I agree. I think I always tell people team leader legs take like 18 months.
Oh, at least. I feel like I got another 2 years of just learning. I mean, forever learning, but
right.
It's a big job.
What did you do before?
So I was selling for a couple of years prior to stepping into this role in this office. And then prior to that, for 10 years, I worked as a director of music in churches for 10 years.
Wow.
I know. I almost went into choral conducting. So very you see this?
Do you sing or play instrument?
I thought you were going to ask me to sing, and I was going to adamantly.
Oh, that was going to be my next question.
Hell no. Yes, I sing a little bit. I play keyboard just a little bit. I play guitar a little bit. My instrument in college was actually composition, so I wrote music.
Interesting. Yeah, Keller Williams needs an anthem. So I'm sure that this is something you can take on.
Do up an anthem? Sure.
Or I was going to say Command Your Morning.
Oh.
Like a little.
I could do jingle. I could not. I don't do jingles, but I could maybe do an anthem.
We do. And Nick and I actually joked about that we need a song.
Yeah. Well, so, I feel like it's pretty good. I don't know why.
Well, Nick, I know. Nick, he and I fight over music all the time. So how many agents are in your office?
Today, effectively, I think 331, something right around there.
Sure.
Yep.
What do you love about the job?
Ooh.
It can't be like canned either. It can't be like helping them get their goals.
Oh, I like that you just said that.
Yeah.
Love about my job. It is this maybe sounds canned, but it's the most challenging and the most rewarding job I've ever been in. So
I agree.
I was telling somebody the other day that I feel like this role demands the best of you. And you can either pull back from that, and I think sort of fake it till you make it to a certain degree, but to really lead well and see results and be happy, you have to do a lot of inner work, I think, and really grow. You have to embrace growth. It demands is the right word. It demands that of you. And prior to that, I would say, but no knock on my previous roles or opportunities, but there was not a lot of opportunity for personal growth or growth in my career. And I hit a very low ceiling. And so I think that is part of why I enjoy that now, that there's this endless opportunity for growth. And then it is true, how that impacts other people to hopefully help them realize their best self, to live their best life. It's very KW. I didn't even drink the Kool-Aid. I just actually jive with it.
I think that that to me is the coolest thing, because before we came to KW, and I'll still kind of hear it. I feel like I don't hear it as much as years ago about drinking the Kool-Aid, but it's not it's, everyone needs to drink something, and we all just like the same. Like it's not Kool-Aid, but it's like authentic.
So Lauren's is cocktails. That's her Kool-Aid.
Mine has.
What's your favorite cocktail, Lauren?
Oh gosh. I mean, I like my mimosas in the morning. I'll probably say, and this is sad because I don't even know actually exactly what's in it, but I like woo-woos, probably partially because
I know you said that last night. I'm like, what the hell?
I've never even heard of a woo-woo. It seems
my graduation party, college graduation party wanted a pink drink, and that was like what they came up with. So it kind of just became my thing. And I don't know, it's like peach schnapps and cranberry juice and maybe like a splash of pineapple or something.
And vodka would probably be the base, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
like obviously that's that goes without saying. Obviously, it's vodka.
That's actually what's in here this morning.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So Jen, now when you're being a team leadering, I like to call it, it's a verb.
Mm-hmm.
It never leaves your body, right? You're a team leader all the time. Do your girls get like, Mom, stop coaching me? Does that ever happen?
Gosh, yes. I will say lately more than ever, I don't know, this is sort of the blessing or the silver lining in COVID. I think it's been a forced slowdown in so many ways. And so I've been like, okay, I'm going to just dig into this. I'm going to journal and write and do all these things. And so I constantly have all these ideas of like, this could be a blog post. And I end up preaching it at my kids. And my oldest, who is 14, Tatum, is just like, Mom, seriously? Like, I'm good. I don't need another one of these lessons right now. I was teaching her the other day about like, own your choices. Feel good about what you choose. It's like, Mom.
But that's important. Like that stuff is the stuff, like, I mean, I don't know. I always say that in school, and I went to, great school and I have great education, but the real life stuff, you don't necessarily, like, you're not like, I don't know, like things, little questions like taxes and stuff. I'm like, I didn't learn, or buying a house, like stuff like that you don't necessarily learn like the real life stuff. And same with that like, I don't know, I can't imagine being a teenager now with all like social media and just like grow up. I feel like kids don't grow up. I saw a meme the other day that was like, when I was 14, I had like, like braces and like pigtails, and now like 14-year-olds are like, I don't know, way too grown up.
Well, 14-year-olds are like e-commerce stars from Instagram. And yeah. I mean, well, you know what's fun though? I have a niece who is a senior in high school. She's 17, and now she's in the thrifting phase, which I was in high school too. And all the clothes she's buying are clothes that like guys that I went to high school with would have worn in high school. So I think they're like horrible, as my mother would say. And she's like, "You don't think this is cute?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "It Instagrams well."
Caryn, I feel like you have that down. It Instagrams well.
Yeah. So, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
That's everything. So it's really funny though. But to see when they become you, like you're like, oh, I know what stage you're in right now. I know. But I feel like the kids today don't have the awkward phase like I had. Wait, Lauren, you're referring to? I got called sir at the Stapleton Airport in Denver when I was 13 years old. And it was then that my mom let me get my ears pierced.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll post the pictures. Like that is hard. I'll show you what I was showing my friend the other day. I was like, "You want to talk about awkward?" Boy, man, I'm wearing it today. So, okay.
Sort of you'll love this. Last night, I must have been like thinking about this morning as I was falling asleep, wanting to make sure my alarm went off, and I had a dream. I had a dream last night, Caryn, that you did not have red lipstick on, first of all, because every time I've seen you, you have this amazing red lipstick. And I was like, why are you not wearing red lipstick? And you said, well, KWRI told me I can't wear it anymore. You had also dyed your hair blonde. It was in 2 pigtails. And you had this cute nose ring.
And I had a nose ring?
You had a big one. It wasn't like a cute little, it was
like a ball, like a hoop.
Yeah. I was
fascinating. I think KWRI already knows they can't control me, which is why I probably don't work for KWRI. is I'm lost hope. All right. So what is it going to look like? And like, instead of going a year out for your market center in Minnesota, how's the market up there? Because I love getting market updates in each regional area.
Yeah. So the pre-existing single family home market is insane. It's off the charts, super hot. It's like softening a tad, but is still a crazy, crazy hot sellers market. The move up category in our market, which is like around 300 to 500,000, that is getting hotter than the first time home buyer category. So that's been interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. But the downtown market where the condos are, all of the condos have taken, like the condo market is struggling right now. I think with COVID and social unrest, there's just this time period, I think, where people are like, what is happening? So, but as a whole, the market is insane. And our agents, we've had 4 of the best months we've ever had. And I'm sure you guys are seeing it too. Many agents are having some of the best years they've ever had. So, yeah, it's been kind of crazy to buckle up and hold on for that.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren, how many, and Lucidos, how many houses have you sold so far this month or last month did you sell?
Oh, no one asked me numbers, and I don't.
I mean, Lauren, you're the most talented person I know. How do you not know?
I know. I don't know. We've been having a couple record-breaking months. We're experiencing this in different markets, but there's we're having a serious inventory shortage.
Mm-hmm.
My parents listed a house over the weekend, and there were 2 open houses. I think the seller, she has there's something, health issue.
Yeah.
So she didn't want showings. So we did 2 open houses, 4 hours, 12 to 4 Saturday and 12 to 4 Sunday. And on Saturday, Bob sent an email afterwards, and there were like 42 different parties that came through just on Saturday. Because there's not a lot of there's not enough inventory.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Which is, it's a challenge. So that's one of the things we're working on, challenging to be able to get more inventory so that we can find those homes for our buyers.
Right on.
Yeah, we're in a shortage too. First time buyers. I mentioned that my first grade teacher, thanks, Jules. First grade teacher passed away, and my sister listed her house and already under contract in 1 day. So it is, and that's at our first time buyer market. It is absolutely insane. And the agents that are busy are busy. The agents that were a victim to the news and not listening and not doing what they should be doing, which was just double down on their sphere, they're wondering what happened? Why is everybody busy?
The gap is.
I say the same thing, Jen. The gap is widening every day. The gap is widening, and so it's fascinating how fast our agents are capping, and what opportunity. It's out of control, and how exciting for the see. So, and then they're teaching, what company is it the agents that are doing more business than they've ever done are teaching the other agents how to do more business. Right. So if this doesn't scare you guys, awkward stage, that would be me.
Ooh. Can you bring that? Does that shirt say "Don't ask why"?
But it's the don'ts crossed out. Yeah, I don't know. It was a relax, don't do it to make you want to go to. You remember I'm pretty sure I stole that from my sister. I stole everything, all my clothes from her, that she ended up having to put a chain link, a lock on her door.
That's amazing.
I just wanted to be her. Anyway, so all those kids they no longer have an awkward stage. So we do. All right. So back to the market. So what are we going to do then to push our Bold has started last week, but to push our agents and teams, Lauren, for you through first quarter next year, because winter is coming.
I mean, we're talking a lot right now, obviously, about business planning, setting goals for 2021. Lately, I've been using this phrase a lot about panning wide to zoom in. That we have to get a big enough picture. It seems really basic. I think a lot of people don't do big enough plans and sort of along the lines of thinking big enough. So whether it's a 5-year or 3-year or 2-year, panning wide enough to get your head up and out of the weeds kind of, and then be able to go, okay, now I'm going to zoom in, so that there's a continued attachment to where I'm headed and why, and vision and excitement. I think that is really critical right now with everything that have going on, that we know that some of the circumstantial things we're experiencing are temporary. They're not forever. And so to think beyond that so that we can attach to a vision for 2021 is maybe a little esoteric, but I think thinking that way right now is important.
Well, you're really smart because you just use a word that I don't, esoteric.
I don't do Blinkist, but I like how you said, I do this so that I can sound smart rather than become smart.
Yeah, I know, but I knew like my good friend Jill Corville is a team leader in Massachusetts, and she just picked up tennis, and now literally it's like taken over her life. So I was like, you need to get the inner game of tennis. She goes, Diana Kokoschka told us we needed to read that several years ago. I'm like, yeah, it's a fascinating read, just on psychology, because I used to have to go see a sports psychologist for tennis in college, right? So, and I'm realizing, I think he just read me the inner game of tennis. Actually, I think that's what he did. He just read the book to me. I'm pretty sure. And I paid him $3 an hour.
I paid him a lot of money. He was a good reader.
and now it's story time.
Sit down, please. Take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off. Close your eyes. We're going to do some psychology. Okay, so I'm rolling out an initiative, and Jen, I need you to take it in your region. What's your region called? Cold. Is that the region name?
Called Cold. Yeah. North Central.
North Central. So this is what we're doing. And Lucido, you guys could single-handedly feed all of Baltimore and beyond. You guys did it. Is that that you guys said 248 homes sold in September?
Whew.
That's like more than most offices.
That's okay. 248?
I see a number, but I can't tell whose it is because they didn't follow the rules by putting their name, attaching it to Facebook. We're gonna.
Are you looking at comments? I don't have that.
Yeah. Okay. So it might be you. It's probably you if it's 248. All right. So here's what I'm doing. Are you ready for this? Okay. Our ALC in the meeting, we realized that we are in more homes than any other agent, right? Keller Williams is number one in units and volume. So we can get more listings, I would guess, than anybody else. So for example, my group of offices, we took like 4,700 listings so far this year. 4,700. That's a lot of homes we've been in. And that's at like, even if we were at a conversion rate of 4-to-1, which would be low, I would think. But if we're at 4-to-1, then that means we're in like 10,000, 12,000 homes, okay, to get listings. Well, all of our food banks are running at a massive shortage right now. And in winter, it's only going to get worse. So why not take the food that the sellers don't want to move and be the conduit and donate it to the food banks that do need the food?
Taking notes.
So we're doing its initiative called Give Where You Live. I mean, we didn't make that up, but Give Where You Live. And I ordered these tote bags and they have like our logo and stuff. And then I ordered tags and they have like, thank you for offering, helping, because people don't want to pay to move stuff. It becomes really expensive. So I'll show you what the tags look like. Like this is the back of the tag, like unopened items, what it is that they need. Yeah. Because who wants to move food?
Right.
Then when you go to a listing, you take this tote bag and you drop it off and you say, I'll come back and get it either at appraisal or walkthrough or something like that. And then we're going to donate. And then I made a map of like where the food banks are that we're going to drop off. So people can drop off at our office and we'll get it there, or they can take it directly there. Would you guys be willing to do that in your region?
That is so smart. We've done that before with like neighborhoods, but like it makes so much sense to do it with sellers who you already have an agreement with because they're actually moving. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely
love it. Love it.
We could really feed how many, it's so crazy that all we have to do is be the conduit, and then we can help stock these with all the basics that are needed with our red bags.
I also never thought about like having to move food. Like what do sellers do? Like now I'm curious. Like do they just keep it away or do they stop grocery? Like or do
box it up. Put it, they have to box it and it's heavy and it's clunky and yeah.
That's right. That's right. So I would love to roll it out across the country. And we're starting with our group. I'm going to create a little website. But we've got the bags ordered. We've got the bags and the tags are ordered. I can share all that information of where to get them and the system we use. So I would love for you to be my person in your North Central.
If I get to be called your person, I'm in.
And, all right, Nick is telling me that you're a beast in the gym. So I'm curious, like Julie Youngblood's a beast in the gym too. What is beast in the gym?
Nick said that?
Nick, yeah. Nick
told me he wasn't going to be on today, and I joked and I said, Nick, I was looking forward to a gun show. Oh, there's the comment. I said, I was looking forward to having a gun show competition with you today. I've been following his stories. I see what he's doing.
Hey, don't take your shirt off and post how proud you are on Facebook, Jen. Don't do that.
I don't plan on doing that.
Okay.
What kind of what do you do in the gym?
So a few years ago, I started lifting weights for the first time ever. I was done having all my babes, and I was like, it's time to get this body in shape. And I thought I would just like lose 10 pounds and fit into my jeans again. But I started lifting weights and slowly fell in love with lifting weights because it became so much more. This sounds very cheesy, but it became so much more than just losing pounds. My weight is actually very much the same, but it's like it's a mental thing. It's seeing what your body can do. It's endorphins.
It's watching it change.
You're watching a change and you're going like, it's a constant process. So it's not like, okay, I hit this goal and now it's done and I'm just running just to run, which I could enjoy that too. But yeah, so I lift weights and I don't know. It's fun.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah. So it's so anyways, I told Nick, I said, well, next time you're on, I want to see the guns, but no, we will not be taking shirts off.
No.
He can do it. Good on him.
Jen, what does your morning look like? Tell us like how
That's a great question.
I just realized we hadn't asked it yet, and that's my favorite question.
Since COVID in particular, have really dialed in my mornings. I love my mornings now. I think I used to feel this pressure to get up and make it something great, but also felt pressure to hurry up and get into the office and have had this sort of forced slowdown. So my first thing, I wake up and I do meditation with an app. Now I use the one that Tim Ferriss recommended in that interview with Gary Keller. So the Waking Up app, which is amazing. And I didn't like meditation before. I thought I know that it can be spiritual, but for me, it's more just like mental training.
Yep.
It has been the biggest gift for me. I went into this year with a goal to be more present and was like, I don't know how to be more present because my mind is going and I'm thinking about all the things and I'm rushing to get into the office. But meditation has been the tool that has probably to the greatest degree impacted my ability to be present.
I agree with you. And I'm not going to bring it back to tennis, but I am. So in the Inner Game of Tennis, the book, what they talk about is that oftentimes the game of tennis, and I don't know why more so than other games or sports like golf or whatever, that your subconscious is challenging your conscious mind constantly. Okay. And this is where meditation and focus comes in. And so oftentimes you'll see tennis players on the court talking to themselves, right? And it looks weird. Right. This looks weird. Like I went down to Bolletary, which is a big tennis camp, and they teach you like bounce, hit. And when you hear players, they're like they groan by that point, but they're really saying bounce, hit. And in the book, they talk about the focus. So when you're talking about meditation, because it's not about being spiritual, for me, it's about being grounded and focused. Right. Mm-hmm. And when you're playing a game like tennis, and I was relating this to in an interview, or if I'm looking at a candidate for something like about being present, is in tennis, you are only supposed to look at the ball and the hit that is in front of you. You cannot think forward because you will not focus on that, right? You take your eye off the ball, but it's mental sharpness. Yeah. So that is a practice of meditation just by doing that, because you're singularly focused on one thing.
Oh, that's exactly it. Instead of like, okay, living in the past, which can be regret or guilt or should have, would have, living in the future, which can be anxiety and
that is it.
Yeah, fear. And that's like all I need to do is be here right now. I remember sitting on the couch with my girls and I was thinking about a million things, and I had decided I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to not open up my computer. I'm going to be present with them. This was probably at the end of last year. And one of them was, hey, Mom. And I just snapped back at him like, quit interrupting me. And my, that's not what I said, but that's how I felt, like, you're interrupting my movie reel in my head right now. But to realize, like, I was there, but I wasn't there. I wasn't present at all. And this has been super helpful for me. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Headspace is a good app too. That's a good one to start with. That's Headspace.
Oh, that's what I use, is Headspace.
Yeah, yep. I like that one. The Waking Up app is like a whole nother, it's a little, speaking of esoteric, it's like pretty deep for me. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, but it's out there a little bit.
I'm trying to wrap my brain how I'm going to Google esoteric to understand the meaning behind it.
I don't know. It's like philosophical and yeah.
Well, this is from a girl who failed philosophy twice because I was like, where's the logic in this? I just.
Yeah, you will not like the Waking Up. It might be good for you though. I don't know. Yeah, so meditation, then I do reading. Again, I used to, Blinkist is something I'm going to have to try out, but I used to hate the whole, like, I felt forced to read, but then I found a couple books I actually enjoyed, and now I've just, that with some coffee is just such a, in my chair, I set up all my little things, so I'm like, I have this buffalo plaid robe with a big hood on it now that I wear in the morning because it's freaking cold in Minnesota.
Yeah, I woke up to 34 today. Well, something else that I think people underestimate, and I'm curious because we've never had a conversation like this, but and Lauren, I'm curious about your experience in it as well, is no one knows how to time block like a team leader.
Mm.
And if I had time blocked like a team leader, as an agent, I would be like Lucido, like doing so much volume of productivity. And I think we underestimate, I've heard it. How many years have you heard, Jen? You've been a team leader 3 years, about time blocking. I never understood what it meant, but it really meant freedom for me. Now, all I do is what it says.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I thought that time blocking when I first got into sales was like, tell every minute of every day what to do, but realizing just get the most important things on there, the top 20%, the things that impact the rest of what you do. And I would say one of the things that I've picked up as some of my top 20% as like a personal thing is my morning routine. It is like, if I don't do this, my productivity is going to just tank. I have to do this in order to do this really well. But yeah.
So how do you teach agents the importance of it? Or Lauren, what about your team? Because you all have to be time blocked to make sure all the parts are moving.
Yeah, I mean, for us, like I remember when we first came to KW and everyone was talking about they have their morning, like everyone has their morning lead gen, and like the whole team or whole office would do it. And I was like, wow, that's it. That's incredible. And so with our marketing department, I was like, okay, we're gonna have our lead gen time when everyone else is lead genning. We're going to have like closed doors so that we can get what we need, we can get done what we need to get done. And I think time blocking is something that I find when I don't do it, I'm such a, like, there's so many, like throughout the day, there's so many little things that come up that could be distractions and like totally veer me off my path so I don't get what I need to get done. And a lot of times it's even me, like I'll have an idea and be like, oh my gosh, I should do this. Like I interrupt myself. So time blocking forces me to like prioritize what needs to get done and then to be able to like stay in my lane and get them done. But for me, it's a challenge just because my brain is like, I'm so all like, I have so many different, I don't know, ideas, and then having having conversations like this. I have a list of like 3 things I want to like look into today. Prioritize, like I need to get like my other stuff done first instead of just going right to like this stuff.
Make these things the reward for getting those other things done.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I do this before work. It's fine. My weekend, I typically don't time block, but I do set up. So I don't really look at my calendar because I don't want to have to. I did this weekend because I had some growth conversations, and it was funny. I almost made like a TikTok of how I went down the rabbit hole of ADHD and everything I was doing because it was unbelievably ridiculous how many different things I started in 25 minutes. It was, I made sure the bags got ordered, then I made the tag, but then I made a website for another class that we're rolling out. And then I decided to look at the spreadsheet, and I was doing our GPS. Like literally within 30 minutes, I had worked on like 16 projects. I'm like, herein lies my problem.
Yeah.
The time blocking.
I'll also have like 19 tabs open, and then I'm like, all right, focus. So then I close that whole window and then open another one. And then like I'll have like 3 different windows of like 19 tabs. And then I'm like, all right, Lauren, you need to X out of this so that you'll only focus.
It stresses me out to not have all my tabs open. Then I do close them to start over, but then I'm like, oh, I wish I had that same order. Oh, I wish I had it.
We are like the same. We're the same.
We are. We should put together like on a vacation. Oh, you know, we should do Command Your Morning. Like, okay, before COVID, TikTok had these houses. And like we said last week, that Big Brother, like the presidential candidate should go on TV and live in a house by themselves with cameras and see how they respond to each other. We should do like a command house when COVID is up. So TikTok did it. And all these TikTok influencers would go to this house and live there, like a boarding house, and they would just record TikToks all day. And I'm thinking we need a command house. And I think it's at Julie Youngblood's new cabin, or Jessica Starr just bought a cabin. Like a lot of our people have worked really hard this year and then bought that dream home or bought that vacation home. So done something nice for the time. So I think we do like a West Side, which is Julie's, and we do East Coast, Jessica, and then Lucido's can certainly, I'm sure they have houses all over the world. And then can take us to Scottsdale. And I mean, Gary Keller's got ranches and land everywhere. I'm pretty sure he'd open up his house for us.
And so what do we make TikToks all day?
Yeah, we can make TikToks all day. All day.
We could have like it could be like a camp. We could have like tennis tournament, because I feel like so many people on these calls, I find out like so many people play tennis. We could have a sports psychology mental
Island. Lauren, we should go to Amelia Island. I went there for masterminds once. Have a tennis tournament, a KW Cares, and a mastermind. Because yeah, Ken Temple and his wife, they play tennis, because I met them in Amelia Island on the courts, because the mastermind started at 1 every day. So we'd go on the clay courts and drill all morning and then it was like the perfect. I told my husband, like, this is my perfect life right now. This was it. Is like go play tennis in the morning and then mastermind.
Once COVID's, we should totally have. I've been wanting to like put together a tennis tournament fundraiser for years and never got around to it. And then of course COVID hit. So I told my parents a couple months ago. I was like, once COVID, I don't know if things are more back to normal. I want to that's what I want to do. I want to do a big fundraiser and have it be a tennis tournament. Also, because tennis is fun to watch and have celebrities or. Yeah.
We could have Lance act up like John McEnroe. Be angry, and I'll be like Martina Navratilova, and I'll be like, "Hey, everybody!" That would be fun. So fun. Okay, Jen, what do you do for fun with your family?
What do I do for fun? That's a great question.
Lift weights.
I do lift weights for fun. I do enjoy that. Lately we've been doing a lot of house projects. Mm-hmm. My daughters love to bake and they love to dance. So they're trying to talk me into doing the next house project being putting a ballet, like a dance floor in our garage. I've got a pretty big garage. So I was like, I might be able to build that. I did. And I was like, I bet I could do this.
You can totally do that.
Yeah, you think I can? Do you know about it? Have you done it?
Yeah, no, I see them in houses all the time. Here's the thing. I think people are now, if they're going to spend time in their home, they want to make it how they want it, right?
Yeah.
My friend put a yoga studio in her basement. And what I found is I'm curious to see, and I'm interested in your perspectives. I think people are going to stay in their homes longer now because a lot of the people are doing work. So after this COVID is over, the house they're in now, like they fixed it up, is going to be, it's not going to be 7 to 8 years. I think they're going to be in their house 12 to 15 years.
Yeah, for sure. I have 2 houses right behind me in my alley that have just they were like, man, we were on the fence of selling, but we decided to pop the top and add a second level. And that's just both houses right behind me on the same little block. So I think you're right. I'm in that boat. I'm not looking to move anytime soon.
I'm not either. Mm-mm. Lauren, King Thor.
I mean, my parents, my dad's trying to get me to move out of the city more to the county. But no, I love living in the city, and I love my house. So.
I love your house too. Doesn't it look so cute?
It's a mess. This room, this is like an organized room. I need to declutter. I need to have a but like not moving, just like declutter. I was gonna have a stoop sale, but then when COVID hit, I was like, people aren't gonna want to buy it. Like people aren't gonna want to But now, I don't know. A couple people in my neighborhood have been doing it, so I might see if I can put some stuff together. I was gonna get a pod and like set up a pod in my parking pad and just have it be like a little like pop-up store.
You should do that, and you should invite your neighbors to sell their stuff too.
Oh, you know what? That's actually smart. Although I don't know if there'd be enough space for their stuff. I have so much crap in my house.
But that's really a great idea. And then you could have a food truck and you could make it an event, and then it's a business expense. Everything's a business to me. Everything is a business.
Actually, that's so smart because we have tons of like Lucido tote bags. So if people buy things or like buy my stuff, then I'll just give them a tote bag. That's a good idea.
On your list, you can explore now with the other important things.
Yes.
All right. Any last words of motivation for a Monday?
Oh my gosh, Monday motivation. I have a good song I can play you.
What is it?
It's called Super Bloom. Maybe you should play it. I feel
What's it called? Super Bloom?
Yeah, so here's my thing. This is part of my morning routine. When I'm getting ready, doing the makeup and the hair, I always have a song that I'm one of those people that I will play a song to death.
Me too.
So for a while, it was Justin Bieber's I Don't Care.
Uh-huh. Is it from Mr. Wives or Ruby Red and Sagan?
What?
Is it Mr.
Wives?
Wives?
Mr. Wives. So this is my current anthem, which I feel like is a little bit of our Market Center's anthem. At least I'm making it our Market Center anthem. Okay.
I'm excited. Are you ready?
I'm super ready.
All right. We're gonna sign off, but I'm gonna play the song and we're gonna say goodbye. Jen, will you come back?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah.
Nick is hired. I'll send you the contract. You're in. All right. Who's worried about that for real?
It was so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Virtually.
I'll get with you on the bags.
Resilient little thing, just like mama made you. No one waits to save you. Na 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 na. Wildflower in the spring.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.